Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly, while others, maybe even you, struggle to make ends meet, no matter how hard they pray? You give, you serve, you tithe, you believe, but the breakthrough never fully arrives. The bills pile up, the anxiety creeps in, the promises of abundance feel more like distant rumors than reality. Now pause for a moment and listen to this. Deuteronomy 8:18 says, "It is He who gives you power to get wealth." Read that again, carefully, slowly. It doesn't say He gives you wealth. It doesn't say He drops blessings into your lap. It says He gives you power to get it. Power, not possessions. This one verse quietly hides the blueprint that most people have never understood, and 99% of believers have been praying the wrong way because of it. And here's where it gets even more uncomfortable. While you're praying for provision, there are people right now who have tapped into this exact spiritual law without ever stepping into a church. They've discovered how to activate this power quietly, consistently. At 3 a.m., while the rest of the world sleeps, these are the moments nobody talks about. The unseen rituals of the ultra-wealthy. The silent hours when billionaires aren't scrolling Instagram or watching Netflix. They're aligning with universal laws that are older than time, some of which are hidden in the very Bible sitting next to your bed. But here's the truth. This isn't about some secret society or elite club. This is your inheritance, if you know how to access it. Most people read Deuteronomy 8:18 like it's just a poetic encouragement, a verse to write in your journal, a phrase to quote during hard times. But this isn't poetry. It's technology, spiritual technology. And the ones who understand how to work with this law, instead of against it, are walking in levels of peace, provision, and prosperity that most only dream of. So ask yourself this: what if the way you've been praying for money, for breakthrough, for change, has actually kept you stuck? What if you're asking for something God already gave you, but you've never activated it? Because the verse doesn't say, "It is He who gives you money." It says, "It is He who gives you power." Power to get it, to create it, to build something from nothing. And that's not just spiritual fluff. It's a covenant mechanism, a law that can't be broken, only misunderstood. Right now, in this moment, something inside of you is waking up. You feel it. It's that stirring in your chest, that shift in your spirit, that deep knowing that this message found you on purpose, not to inspire you, but to align you, to rewire how you pray, how you believe, how you attract the abundance that's been waiting for you since before you were born. Because this verse, Deuteronomy 8:18, it's not just something you read. It's something you step into. And the moment you do, not by striving, not by forcing, but by divine agreement, that's the moment everything begins to change. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you how. But first, let's go deeper. If this is stirring something in your spirit, don't scroll. This isn't just another motivational message. What I'm about to reveal next is the very thing most churches avoid preaching, not because it isn't true, but because it's too powerful to stay in the hands of a few. And if you stay with me to the end, the next 10 minutes could unlock the very life you've been praying for. 970 BC. A young king kneels in silence. No advisors, no riches, no palace filled with gold. Just the weight of responsibility pressing down on him and a divine opportunity standing in front of him. 1 Kings 3-5 tells us that God appeared to Solomon in a dream and asked him a question that most people will never hear in a lifetime. Ask what I shall give you. Imagine that moment. The God of the universe offering to give you anything, anything. Most would ask for power, or long life, or wealth. But not Solomon. He asked for one thing: wisdom. That one decision, that single request, changed everything. And here's the part most people miss. Because his heart was aligned, God didn't just give him wisdom. He gave him wealth, honor, and peace beyond what any king before or after him ever experienced. This is where Deuteronomy 8:8 becomes more than just a verse. It becomes a revelation. It is He who gives you power to get wealth. That word power in Hebrew is coach. It doesn't mean force. It means ability, divine enablement, the spiritual capacity to attract and sustain wealth without being destroyed by it. And Solomon tapped into that, not by striving or manipulating, but by aligning. Alignment is the secret. Not hustle, not stress, not religious routine, just deep, heart-level alignment with the will of God. And here's the truth. Most modern believers keep praying for results they're not aligned with. They ask for blessings, but carry bitterness. They quote scripture, but ignore divine instruction. And that's why so many stay stuck. Because Deuteronomy 8:18 isn't about getting rich. It's about becoming ready. And Solomon's life proves it. Here's where everything starts to shift, because this is the part 99% of believers either misread or completely ignore. Deuteronomy 8:18 doesn't say, God gives you wealth. It says, God gives you power to get wealth. And there's a huge difference. Most people pray, God, bless me financially. But the verse isn't about sudden money falling from the sky. It's about receiving divine ability. Power in this context means something deeper. It's strategy, insight, discipline, discernment, and favor. And without these, money doesn't stay. That's why people can get blessed and still feel broke, because they never received the power to sustain it. And here's something that will shock you. If you study the habits of billionaires who honor biblical principles, especially in kingdom finance, you'll notice a pattern. They don't pray for money. They pray for clarity. They wake up early. They seek wisdom before work. They build spiritual habits around alignment. Their prayers are laser-focused. They say things like, Lord, give me the insight of Solomon. Show me where to invest, who to trust, what to build, what to let go. That's not emotion. That's precision. That's how you activate creative power. And in God's kingdom, power always precedes provision. So maybe it's time we stop asking for the fruit and start praying for the seed, because when God gives you power, the harvest follows. But you have to learn how to ask for the right thing. Let's be honest. This might sting a little, but it's the truth most churches avoid. A lot of Christians have unintentionally blocked their own prosperity, not because they're lazy, not because they don't pray, but because they treat God like an ATM. They show up in crisis, punch in a prayer code, and expect a withdrawal. That's not relationship, that's transaction. And in the kingdom, prosperity is built on alignment, not desperation. When your heart lines up with God's purpose, when your thoughts shift from lack to vision, when your time starts reflecting what matters, most everything begins to move. Not because you're forcing it, but because now you're flowing with it. Divine wealth isn't random, it's precise. It comes through divine instruction. That's why some people seem to get breakthrough after breakthrough, while others feel stuck for years. The difference isn't in their worth, it's in their alignment. When you're aligned, God doesn't just give you answers. He gives you clarity. He gives you instruction that leads to transformation. And here's what happens next. Ideas begin to form. Vision returns. You stop chasing money because money starts chasing you. This is not about hype. This is about holy awareness. You weren't denied. You were being prepared. And now, if you're listening closely, this moment could mark the end of that old cycle. Because what I'm about to reveal next is the exact prayer strategy that activates this power by morning. Let me ask you something, and I want you to be real with yourself. Have your prayers lately felt stuck? Like you're pouring your heart out, doing everything you were taught to do, but still hitting the same spiritual wall? You cry out, but it feels like the heavens are silent. You're not alone. Millions feel the same way. But here's the truth that may change how you see it. It's not that you're being ignored. It's that you're being invited. God doesn't respond to panic. He responds to positioning. And when things go quiet, it's often a sign that heaven is waiting for alignment, not just words. That silence is a doorway, a call to go deeper, to grow stronger, to step into the power that's already been written into your spiritual DNA. And there is one verse, one revelation that unlocks this alignment and changes the way you pray, plan, and prosper. You're not here by accident. The fact that you've stayed with me this far means something is waking up in you. And that awakening, it's divine, it's intentional. The verse we started with, Deuteronomy 8:18, wasn't just meant to inspire you. It was meant to equip you. It was never about waiting for money to fall from the sky. It was about tapping into the power to produce it, not temporary riches, Kingdom wealth that lasts, that multiplies, that blesses others. And now you stand at a choice. Will you walk in that power or keep repeating the same cycle? Because here's what's next. There's a hidden reason why money enters your life and then disappears. Why increase comes and then vanishes. It's not just spiritual, it's systemic. And in the next video, I'll show you what most pastors won't. Why the Bible warned about debt long before credit cards ever existed, and how that warning could be the very key that breaks the financial warfare in your life. But first, I want you to pause. Let this moment settle in your spirit. And if you know it's time to shift, not just emotionally, but spiritually, I want you to comment below right now. I'm ready for the shift. Let that be your agreement. Let that be your line in the sand. Because everything after this moment changes. If your heart is beating faster right now, that's not hype. That's not just emotion. That's divine activation. It means your spirit recognized truth. And now, your next move matters. Don't just click away and forget this. Don't let your logical mind talk you out of a spiritual breakthrough. Subscribe right now, not because of a YouTube channel, but because this space is becoming something different. We're building a community of people who are done with surface-level faith, people who are ready to walk in power, not just prayer, truth, not tradition, alignment, not anxiety. Hit that bell so you don't miss what's coming next, because what's ahead could free you from cycles you didn't even know you were trapped in. Comment below right now with "I'm ready for the shift," not for me, for heaven, for you. And share this with someone who's been praying the wrong prayer, someone who needs to know that God already gave them the power to shift their life. This isn't the end. This is the beginning.